हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक। सो इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में हम देखेंगे हार्मोनिक्स एंड ओवरटोन्स के बारे में। सो एक्चुअली वी कॉल्स देयर आर सो मेनी वर्ड्स फॉर द ओवरटोन्स, बट we'll study it later. So let's not go into that. But I'll try to teach you the entire picture. So focus. Okay. So let's suppose I have a string. Okay, in an air column. So basically, एक string है मेरे पास एक पूरा air column है, ठीक है, एंड मैंने उसको वाइब्रेशन करवाया है, तो अबाउट द मीन पोजीशन। तो तुम ये ऐसा भी ले सकते हो कि जस्ट जस्ट फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग तुम ऐसा सोच सकते हो कि मेरे पास एयर कॉलम है, तो तुम एक एयर कॉलम में से एक पाइप जैसा पकड़ लो, ठीक है, तो उसके अंदर एक स्ट्रिंग है, ऐसे पकड़ लो और मैं इसको वाइब्रेट कर रहा हूँ अबाउट द मीन पोजीशन, ऐसे ऐसे, ठीक है, ऐसे ऐसे, जस्ट फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग बता रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है। सो यू कैन इमेजिन इन दैट वे। सो इफ आई हैव दिस केस, then the waves are reflected from the end. The waves are reflected from ends, and stationary waves can be formed. So that's the basic definition. An important condition for to form the stationary waves is completely depending on the boundary. How the boundary is basically, okay. So these are called whenever you see whenever you have this kind of constraint, the possible wavelength, or you can say frequencies of the vibration of the system is nothing but the natural frequency of the normal mode of the oscillation. So we have seen the natural frequency in the last class, the definition. So it's the same thing. So don't get confused. Here I am talking in terms of one string. So every string has a one particular natural frequency. Now any object in a real life has not one, infinite numbers of the nature frequency, to be precise. Okay. Now it also depends on how many degree of freedom you take. So we don't want to go into that detail right now, but the minimum of this frequency is termed as a fundamental. मतलब ये सारी में से जो भी सबसे छोटी है उसको कहते हैं fundamental frequency. Okay, the corresponding mode of oscillation is called fundamental modes. So hope you understood this particular concept. So let's continue. So we have fundamental frequency. Corresponding to that, we have the fundamental modes of the frequency, or fundamental tones also we can. So the term overtone, what you hear here. So term overtone here. Sorry. So term overtone here. This particular term, if you see here, it is actually used to represent the higher frequencies. Okay. So thus the first frequency higher than the fundamental. तो अगर मैंने बोला कि ओमेगा n1, ओमेगा n2, ओमेगा n3, ओमेगा n4 ऐसा तो ये सबसे मिनिमम है, पकड़ लो, ठीक है, ये मिनिमम है सबसे, और इसको कहते हैं हम फंडामेंटल फ्रीक्वेंसी, फंडामेंटल फ्रीक्वेंसी, ठीक है। नाउ if I go to the next frequency, this is called first model frequency. Sometimes actually there are so many words, so here we gonna use overtone. That's called first overtone. So you can just say first overtone. Okay, then you can just say second overtone. So you can just continue like that. So hope you understood the basic idea about this. Okay, now when you want to study this kind of motion, that actually, so next frequency is higher and higher, higher and higher. So every time when you go to the next frequency, it's higher. Okay, so study of this kind of phenomena is starting with the harmonic study. Okay, so the definition of harmonics is a very crucial, and it is something debatable कि तुम क्या बोलोगे, but let's not go into that. Harmonics is for you right now, it's just a study of the higher frequencies. Okay, so you can say the first frequency is higher than the fundamental frequency, is called first overtone. The next frequency is higher than the next frequency is higher is the second overtone. Then third, then the term harmonic is to use actually when the frequency of the particular overtone is integral multiple of the fundamental frequencies. So here, what is that we are trying to say, that omega n1 is omega n2 is omega greater than omega n1. Then it is again omega n3 is greater than omega n. So if you just compare everything, it is based on the fundamental frequency, isn't it? So it is actually integral multiple of fundamental frequency. You can just integrate it actually. So you will study that in the mathematical formation when you actually study vibration. But for the time being, let's try to understand in that way. Okay. Hence the term harmonic comes in that way actually. Okay. So hope you understood this particular part. Now to understand concept of harmonics and overtones, let's try to study the vibration of the air column. So let's suppose I have air column as I said before. So let me just draw this time. So ऐसा मैंने उसके अंदर मैंने मीन पोजीशन का वाइब्रेशन क्रिएट किया है. अज्यूम करो मेरे पास फर्स्ट नोड आ चुका है, फर्स्ट नोड आ चुका है, अज्यूम करो, ठीक है. मैंने इतना वाइब्रेट कर लिया स्ट्रिंग को. लेट्स सपोज ऐसा कुछ, ठीक है. एक्चुअली बहुत क्लोज होता है सरफेस से, सो बी वेरी केयरफुल. नाउ we already have seen this. So if I have say this is length L, this is a half of the, you know, this is the distance, this is the nodal point. There is somewhere here there will be antinode point, right? So distance between antinode and node is nothing but the lambda by 4, correct? Now there is a catch here. Okay, now when air column vibrate इधर इन पाइप क्लोज, ये पाइप है, ये अभी फिलहाल मैंने क्लोज किया है. तुम इसको इसका लिए क्लोज कर सकते हो, ओपन कर सकते हो, दोनों क्लोज में भी चेक कर सकते हो. जस्ट टू कीप इट सिंपल आई एम ट्राइंग टू keep it in as we have in the book for the time being. Okay, so when an air column vibrate either in a pipe closed or one end open or both end closed or both end opens, okay, the boundary condition basically demand that there is always an antinode at the open end. There is always an open end, क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ये तो close end है, ठीक है. So since the particles of the medium are comparatively free, isn't it? Particles of the medium are comparatively free, and a node at the close end, okay, हार्डली हैव एनी फ्रीडम. तुम यहाँ पे जो भी तुम्हारा नोड है उसको कोई फ्रीडम वैसे भी देखो. एंटी नोड क्या होता है? एंटी नोड जब भी तुम लिखते हो, याद है, जब भी तुम बोलते हो एंटी नोड के बारे में, तो तुम्हारे पास ये नोडल पॉइंट होता है जो फिक्स होता है, लेकिन एंटी नोड पॉइंट मूव करता है. तो यहाँ पे तुम्हारे पास इस पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन पे मूव होने के लिए जगह ही नहीं बची है. कहाँ पे जगह बचेगा? जहाँ पे ओपन एंड है वहीं पे पॉसिबल है, तो वहीं पे ये ऐसे ऐसे कर जा सकता है, करेक्ट, पॉसिबल. ये बात समझ में आ रही है? सो इसीलिए हम ये बोलते हैं कि ओपन एंड पे हमेशा वो एंड होता है, ठीक है. सो होप यू अंडरस्टूड दिस पार्ट. नाउ लेट मी ट्राई टू bring reality into this. Now the antinode is not formed exactly at the open end. It is slightly beyond the open air end, and that actually has been pointed out by the Reynolds. Okay, and Reynolds gave a very good approximation for that. So he said कि अगर तुम्हारे पास if you are just saying that ये तुम्हारा एंटीनोड कहीं एंड पे जा रहा है, तो ये एग्जैक्टली ये बाउंड्री पे नहीं होगा. इट शुड बी समवेयर अबव दैट. सो लेट्स सपोज तो तुम्हारा एंटीनोड थोड़ा ऊपर है, थोड़ा ज्यादा नहीं. इट इज नॉट दैट सिग्निफिकेंट डिस्टेंस. तुम अगर बड़े स्केल के न्यूमेरिकल करते हो तो हम एक्चुअली नेट चेक करते हैं इस चीज को, ठीक है. बट फॉर द टाइम बीइंग you can say this is the lambda by 4 now. Getting my point? So now the entire diagram got changed. क्यों? क्योंकि हमारा एंटीनोड बाहर चला गया. Okay, hope this is clear. So the Reynolds gave a very good approximation. वो कितना बाहर है basically. So he said कि एक काम करो, तुम जो जितना डिस्टेंस तुम बाहर लेना चाह रहे हो, that distance में तो 0.3 of the diameter. That's all. जो भी तुम पाइप ले रहे हो उसका 0.3 of diameter, ठीक है. Now let's say there is a small change, right? So I'll say this is capital A. Okay, now let's say for a pipe closed at one end, एक जैसा कि अभी हमने ड्रॉ किया, ठीक है. तो उसमें तुम खुद देख सकते हो कि अगर मैं इसको L बोलता हूँ तो व्हाट इज L एंड दिस इज A, E, करेक्ट. और जितना एरर है वो तो L plus E बोल सकता हूँ, करेक्ट. नाउ लेट्स सपोज दिस इज फॉर one end open. But what if both ends are open? What if both ends are open? Now you see we have two possibility of having the antinode. अगर तुम सेम चीज लो ऐसे ओपन दोनों तरफ, तो तुम्हारे एंटीनोड यहाँ पे भी पॉसिबल है और यहाँ पे भी पॉसिबल है. तो तुम सिंपल सी बात ये करोगे कि अच्छा तो ये E जितना ऊपर यहाँ पे है उतना भी नहीं, उतना इधर भी आ सकता है, करेक्ट. तो अगर ये लेंथ इसका पाइप का L है तो कितना टोटल लेंथ कितना होना चाहिए? अब L plus 2. It is just that we have antinode possibility of antinode in both of the side, open side and the close, both side, top and bottom. Okay, so this is how we actually study the antinodes, and it is these end corrections are very important when you are dealing with precise quantity. जब तुम बड़े प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करते हो तब लेट्स सपोज मुझे फ्यूल पाइप की बात करनी है, ठीक है. तो फ्यूल पाइप में भी तुम जब पेट्रोल भेजते हो तो एक्चुअली वो स्वर्ल होके जाता है. that is also one kind of actually. So when when that kind of motion happens, how exactly the pipe behaves, there is antinode, when is a node, where is a node, you have to actually study all these things. So that's the reason we are actually learning all these things. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stop this video here, and in next video I'll talk about the vibration of the air column in a pipe at closed at one end. Okay? So we'll actually study about the vibration in the air column in more rigorous way in that particular video. Okay, see you in the next one.